Welcome to Les Mills Mindfulness. Today's practice will be a body scan, so coming to lie down on the ground on our backs. We want to take pressure off the lower back, and we can do this by lifting and extending our feet downwards, and then allowing them to flop sideways. And to take pressure off the neck, let's just lift the head, extend it upwards, and drop it back down to the ground, making sure the chin is tucked in towards the chest. And then placing the hands alongside the body, either palms up or palms down. Then if they're not already, it's allowing the eyes to close. And just noticing that our bodies are being held here, supported by the floor beneath us. And then on the next out breath, just allowing the body to really rest here on the solid foundation. And we've just arrived here from our daily lives. So we may have arrived with a busy mind, an active mind. And rather than fighting this, we're just going to observe it as it is. And when we notice we're thinking about something, just coming back to the awareness of our bodies here, just resting between gravity and the solid floor beneath us. I'm just going to recognize thoughts when they arrive, not wrestle with them, and just come back to the body. In today's practice, we're going to be exploring different parts of the body with our attention. And every time the mind wanders off, we just recognize this departure and bring it back to the body. This helps us develop our capacity to recognize the thinking mind and choose how we use our attention. And I'll be guiding us throughout the whole practice, so just relax and listen to my instructions. And we'll begin by gathering up our attention and placing it inside the feet. And getting a sense of the space that they occupy. And noticing the parts of the feet that are in contact with the floor. And if you're wearing socks, just noticing the tension of the fabric against the skin of the feet. And becoming aware of the weight of the feet as they rest against the floor. Really placing your attention inside the feet. And if we notice the mind has wandered off into thoughts, just recognizing this and returning our attention back to the feet and the sensations here. And as we breathe, just seeing if you can get a sense of the breath moving in the feet. Maybe nothing, maybe something, just exploring that with our awareness and our attention. And letting go of the feet, we're just going to gather up our attention and this time place it in the pelvic region. And becoming aware of the point of contact between the bottom and the floor. And just the weight of this region resting against the floor beneath us. And taking the attention up into the groin region. And the hips. And getting a sense of the fabric of your clothing resting against the skin here. Noticing if there's any sense of movement of the breath in this region of the body. Maybe a slight build in tension and pressure on the in-breath and a release and easing on the out-breath. Letting go of the pelvic region and this time gathering up our attention and placing it inside the hands. And getting a sense of the weight of the hands as they rest here against the floor. We're not forcing our attention here, we're just exploring. Just the point of contact between the hands and the floor and the sense of the weight of the hands resting. And getting a sense if there's any movement in the hands here, any temperature, tingling. Again, it's not important what we find or if we find nothing, just this active paying attention, an open, curious attention. Noticing if the mind has wandered from the hands and gently guiding it back. And this time seeing if you can get a sense of the individual fingers and moving through both hands together. So the thumbs and the pointers, middle fingers, ring fingers, pinkies. And again, just resting here for a moment in the hands as they are. And when we pay attention on purpose in this way, we will notice that the mind wanders off into thoughts. And this is a natural function of the mind, it's what minds do. And instead of aiming to hold our attention for as long as possible, we're just practicing noticing when these moments of wandering happen. And we might even do a little internal smile when we recognize the mind has left into thoughts. So gathering up the attention again, and this time we're going to explore the head region. So becoming aware of the weight of the head as it rests here on the ground. And seeing if you can get a sense of the physical space that the head occupies. And beginning to explore the face now. And checking in to see if we're storing any tension here in the forehead, and eyes and cheeks. Just using the next few waves of out breath to allow the face to relax. Just letting it ease and just relax on each out breath. And moving down to the nose. Might get a sense of the breath moving in the nasal passage or at the edges of the nostrils. And down into the lips, upper lip, lower lip, and the tongue resting in the mouth. And the chin and jawline. And to finish the practice, we're going to include the whole body in our awareness. And just resting inside the waves of breath as they enter and leave the body. And today we practice paying attention and recognizing when the mind has left the present moment into thoughts. By developing our capacity to recognize thinking and returning to the present moment, we can develop greater capacity to choose how we use our attention in our daily lives. So as we bring the practice to a close, let's begin to bring some movement back into the body. And starting at the feet and working our way up to the head. And slowly allowing the eyes to open and let in some light. And either lying down or coming back to a seated position. And thank you for your practice today.